Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the People's Channel. Home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. We've got a huge announcement for you guys today. An absolute huge announcement. One of the biggest announcements we've ever made on the channel. I'm very excited about it. We have partnered with Blackrock.
Yeah.
Blackrock and Vanguard are now going to be our sponsors of the channel. And we want to offer 2 free tickets to the World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
For you guys. Can you believe Coinbase partnered with Blackrock? Like,
Absolutely.
what the? Come on, guys.
I'm not
Guys.
surprised at all, to be honest.
That's my freaking uncle. Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian, wake up, bro. This doesn't play good in history for you. This is not going to reflect back on you. So, yeah, we got the sun's out. Wait until I bring in my stringy tank one day. Y'all really get to see the full show then.
Stringy tank,
The stringy tank, I can flex my Falcons tattoo. Y'all know how to tattoo?
BitBoy and spaghetti straps.
Where's my tattoo?
There it is.
Falcon, it used to be a rhinoceros, an echo rhinoceros, and I got it covered up. People used to tell me it looked like a largemouth bass, so I decided to change that. Somebody, the Davenport report over here on YouTube, he says, somebody's got to buy all that Coinbase stock.
That's right.
Yeah, that is really crazy. So we're going to be talking about that stuff today. We got Gareth Soloway on the show. We're going to be doing some Tik Talks. We're also going to be, talking about, we talked about Lux Algo yesterday. Did we get, where's Frank? Is Frank in here? Did you get that affiliate link? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about Lux Algo a little bit. We'll have an affiliate link for you guys here pretty soon. So, Ben, you got to take a page out of the Lifer playbook and wear a Bitcoin tank with the Bitcoin chain. Well, if I'm going to wear a BTC chain, I got to go grills out. You know what I mean? Where's my grill? I haven't worn my grill in a while. It sits behind my desk.
Yeah, I think that's bull market kind of stuff.
Yeah, the grill?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready to bring the bull market to the bear market.
Might
That's
be
what I'm willing
time.
to do.
Maybe sell the grill for Bitcoin and try to flip it in the future. Get a new grill.
A new grill.
Yeah.
A Weber?
Yeah, maybe Traeger or something. Oh, Brian did smoke that brisket. Said he smoked all night. So
Oh, I thought you said he smoked all night. That's why his eyes were red.
yeah,
I was
well,
confused on that. Probably
maybe
that
it was
too.
double duty.
Double duty. So we got that going on. We're going to be talking about, let's see, the Solana hack still. More coming out with that. Now, I want to be clear here. A lot of people have been saying Solana hack, and we have been guilty of that as well. It's not technically a Solana hack.
Right.
It is a hack of some wallets on the JavaScript side and on the blockchain side, I believe now.
Yes.
Is coming out. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that. A lot of exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and let's see what have I been tweeting on Twitter. I've been tweeting a lot of good stuff on Twitter here lately. Don't forget, guys, by the way, BlackRock #2 MicroStrategy holder, by the way. Are we going to talk about Michael Saylor at all today?
I don't know.
Okay. Let me address some of that stuff after I get this super chat. Sean Koss, huge respect, big boy. You helped me retire from nursing last year. Wanted to recommend do your own research on the Magic token on Arbitrum. I've been hearing about that, actually. I've been hearing some strange tokens like getting on Coinbase. Is that like a play to, like this game? A lot of games on the Treasury ecosystem. Been accumulating myself for the next cycle. I'm starting to hear stuff about some games getting kind of buzzy right now. I believe Coinbase looking at adding 2 games tokens there soon, which is very interesting considering all of the flack they've been getting for adding tokens that could be securities. So they got to feel real safe that those ones are not actually securities. Is that a Bluetooth earpiece, Ben? Hoping you only wear it while you need to use it. No, it's not Bluetooth. I'm corded actually here, but this is so we can start doing sound effects on the show.
Mhm.
And I can hear the stuff TJ is doing on his side. So
Can you
we
hear
will
this?
probably actually be wearing this permanently. I don't know. Does this bother you?
Did you hear that?
Hear you talking?
No, this crazy blast.
No, I didn't hear it.
So it's not
It's
working.
not working right now. So maybe I'll take it off after I talk to Gareth. But that's the goal, is to do that. So, but people hate it. Maybe I just need to have like a clear one.
Just
Those
put it-
people who have hearing aids, you cannot see them.
Yeah, if you put it behind your shirt or whatever, then it wouldn't be as bad.
When Brian Armstrong interview, I see him at Thanksgiving and Christmas every year. So obviously, 4th of July, we usually go party. So let's see here. You lost a lot of weight. very obvious in that shirt. I have lost a lot of weight. I've lost 50 pounds. So
Apparently,
it is. Here we go. We got BJ coming by here, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Where's the BJ poster in the basement? He's going to fix that. Let me talk about Michael Saylor very quickly. Also, why can I not have one thought and just say it? Like, why do I have to say something? Like, let's talk about this. Oh, yeah, by the way, this other thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video we did. I think it was last Sunday night, the story of the couple from Dent Tires. People want to see more of that, they hear. So if you guys have a story about how this channel, like, really changed your life and you want to do one of those videos, we can have you maybe come out to the studio or maybe have somebody come out to you, depending on where you're at. Make sure to sign up or send an email to info@hitnetwork.com and get that going. So let's talk about Michael Saylor. So I want to be very clear about what's going on with Michael Saylor here, okay? Michael Saylor has stepped down from MicroStrategy as the CEO. He still has controlling share on the board, from what I understand. He still has 60%. So he's still, basically, if they were to sell their Bitcoin right now, it would still have to go through him. So the question is, why did he do this? He said it was his idea. Look, I like Michael Saylor. You're not going to hear me really say anything bad about Michael Saylor. I like him. He's a friend of the channel. He's came on the show very times. We're very appreciative. Let me just tell you, from the outside perspective, if this was not Michael Saylor, exactly what this would look like, okay? Let's take Bitcoin out of the equation as well. If there is someone who is a CEO and they move to a board seat, usually what that means is within 12 to 18 months, they're out of that company. It's a way to basically move someone without dumping the price. It's a way to move someone without sounding off alarm bells. Right. So ultimately, if they did want to sell the Bitcoin they have, this could be a smooth transition for them to do it and move him out to do that. I'm not saying that's what that is happening for sure in this case. I don't know. I'm just telling you from the outside perspective looking in, that's what this would be. But as of right now, as of today, I believe that if they sell their Bitcoin, it still has to basically go through Michael Saylor. So nothing has changed in that regard yet. So did want to point that out to you guys.
I don't foresee them
driving a big
moving away from that strategy. You know,
what about this? A macro strategy from a micro strategy?
Yeah. What do you think about this? The fact that Blackrock, #2 holder of MicroStrategy, just off, like, you think there's any connection to them getting more involved with Coinbase and Michael Saylor stepping back or up or down or whatever?
MicroStrategy getting involved with Coinbase or Blackrock?
No, Blackrock.
Blackrock because they're #2.
Maybe they're pulling those.
How long have they been the #2 holder of MicroStrategy, though?
I think for a while.
Yeah, they might be pulling some strings there.
That's what.
Look, BlackRock. Look, if you don't know who owns BlackRock, you don't know who owns Vanguard, you're not going to really be able to find it. But I'm just telling you, there's some folks that run the world that control that stuff.
Exactly. And they've been pulling a lot of strings to accumulate a lot of Bitcoin without people really realizing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Through MicroStrategy, through Tesla, through a lot of companies that they control. Elon Musk even being one of those people that, you know,
absolutely.
Tesla.
I've been told the same thing about Elon Musk that I've been told about Michael Saylor.
Right. Twitter and Tesla, both managed and run by Blackrock Vanguard. So
yeah, I'm not saying that somebody said it was his idea, bro. Think ahead. Yeah, that's what we're being told. It was his idea. And I'm just telling you from the outside perspective, this is what this usually means. It doesn't mean it's true in this case. Maybe it really was his idea and he just wanted a chill roll, you know? Doesn't seem to line up though with, you know, his passion for Bitcoin and being the leading real face in this you know, system or ecosystem.
I'm going to hold that it has more to do with him being able to say whatever he wants to say. And as long as he's in that seat, he becomes a target for the SEC.
And I know that that's true. I understand that at this point. So Unforgivable Name says the show was one of the few that changed my life, then lost so much on Celsius. You guys did too. But the things I've learned, I know I'll make it back. I had somebody message me on, thank you for that Unforgivable Name for that super chat. I had somebody message me on Twitter, give me kind of a sad story about how he lost all his money on Celsius. And he said, I don't expect you to respond, but, you know, this is a story I just had to tell somebody. And I did respond. And I'm not going to respond to everyone, but I did tell him, you know, I lost all my money twice in crypto. I lost all my money. Won't do it again. I learned that lesson. You guys are equipped to make it back, equipped to be able to make money. You have plenty of time to accumulate, almost 2 years really to accumulate at this point. So you're going to be fine if you lost your money. The knowledge is way more valuable. This is what I say. What's the hardest money to make is your first $1 million.
Yep.
If you can make $1 million, you can do it again. So I've got a lot of faith in you guys as well. So yeah, like I said, I've been told the same thing about Michael Saylor I was told about Elon Musk. I don't know if it's true, but they're both, there's a club that they belong to and some people that pull some strings. I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you what I've been told. I can't speak to the validity of it, but when you start looking at a lot of this stuff, how things are unfolding, I mean, look, if I wasn't asking these questions, I wouldn't be doing my job. If I'm not asking the questions, I'm not doing my job in this situation when this was so unexpected. So, all right, let's pull up the charts real quick, or let's pull up Coin Market Cap here at least. We got 20,450 cryptos. We haven't had an exchange up or down tick in a few days. Market cap, $1.066 trillion. Volume pretty low, 64 billion. Bitcoin dominance dropping again, 41%. ETH dominance dropping as well, 18.4%. None of these has a homegrown channel like Frankie having to run around and turn his camera off at the end of his show.
Yeah.
Frank is here. Frank is the last person here every day. And he's a hustler, and we love Frank.
That's
Enough to go to prom with him. So let's see here. 27. So Gwei has gone up a little bit. So it's going to be 13 and a half pair Gweis to send an ETH transaction. Bitcoin 22.8, Ethereum 1600. Everything's down a little bit today, pretty much, except Binance Coin. Binance Coin actually hit an all-time high versus Bitcoin. Did you know that?
I saw some stuff about that. Yeah.
Once again, supporting my theory. I tweeted about this on Twitter, supporting the theory that I do not believe we're ever going to see Bitcoin dominance go above 50% again. I don't think I think the altcoin ecosystem is too large at this time. Jimmy Void, super chat. Welcome to the BitBoy Crypto Gun Show. Guys, the cannons are not, I mean, they're girthy. You know what I mean? I got a lot of girth on them, but need some more cut on the biceps. What do y'all think? Do y'all like that? That didn't look too bad, actually.
Needs a little more cut.
Need some cut. Need some cut on the biceps. I can do 50s pretty easy with the biceps, but I got the girth, but I need the. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. It's starting to sound a little Richard Hardish.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I think they should post that clip that Tristan dropped in the
chat. Posted on Twitter.
Oh, you did?
Oh, do we want to watch it real quick?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Richard Hart has nothing on this. That's what I would have made the caption.
I said Richard Hart. Let's see. Where did I say it? Did you see this? The Satoshi to my Nakamoto.
Wow.
Here it is. I said he may be able to twerk, but I make it look good. Do we have the volume on this? Can you get the volume on it or no?
Maybe.
Let's see. You got to have the volume to really make it happen.
Yeah. I don't think I can.
You can't do the volume.
Let me see.
Look at this. Watch this, y'all. Throw it up. Boop, boop. Look at that. That's a good move right there. What I say afterwards is don't put that on the video. That's it. It's okay. You put it on there. So anyways, I did say that on Twitter, actually. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring Gareth on. Do I want to talk about my trade first? Let's bring Gareth on. Let's respect his time.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll bring Gareth on here. Where's he at?
I don't see him yet.
Oh, where is Gareth? Is he not in here yet? Wait, did he show up for sound check?
I have no idea.
BJ. He did not show up for sound check. Well, we don't have Gareth on the show today, and that's fine. We like Gareth a lot. We can have Frank come up and talk about the charts. You want to talk charts, Frank? Okay, hold on a second though. Oh, did you see it? Come up here, Frank, real quick. Did you see what I was pointing out there? No, did you see this? That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. Everybody was saying that I looked like I was on edibles yesterday. I've never eaten an edible, by the way. My tweet about it was, when I was a kid, we used to do our drugs the old-fashioned way. We used to smoke and we used to snort them. The kids today, they don't know what we went through back then.
Yeah.
Guys, this is what. Wow. Let's talk about this trade. I want to talk about this trade real quick. If you guys want to sign up for Femex, don't forget you can do that. If you throw the Femex link in the chat,
sure.
You guys can get up to $4,500 right now with Femex if you want to trade. We're going to teach you how to do it responsibly. I want to talk about something. So we set some alerts yesterday. I do not have an active trade right now, and I want to talk about why that is, because I think it's very, very, very important for you guys to understand. Trading View isn't pulled up at all over here. I don't know how that got closed. Trading View. So we talked about Lux Algo yesterday. Frank gave you guys a, basically a example of how to use it. I think it was really good. What is taking so long up here? Is Trading View down? Really? TradingView. Is TradingView down right now? Is it just TradingView? Is it really? Oh, yeah, the desktop app. Oh, I don't have the desktop app. That's probably why. I guess TradingView is down. But here, so I'll just tell you guys what happened with the trade yesterday. I guess we're not going to be able to show the chart, so we can't pull up TradingView.
Well, dang.
Yeah. Is it coming up for you on a browser? It is. Let me try this. Oh, I went straight to tradingview.com and it came up. Okay, I got it now. Okay, we can show this here. View, advanced chart, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Here we go. Boom. Okay. I don't know why I just had to go out and come back in. Okay, so you guys know we've been talking about we're going to be trading on the hour chart here. And we're going to be using a 5x leverage. We're going to be trying to do it in a way where people are going to be safe and not lose, okay? So basically, we set up some charts yesterday. I think this is a really great example of what separates a good trader from someone who is just antsy and wants to trade. There's a big difference. A lot of you guys, you go put some money on one of these sites and you feel like, okay, I'm ready to trade. But there's not a great setup. Okay? So we talked about Lux Algo. Lux Algo has these symbols, strong buy or strong sell, strong buy, strong sell, buy. Now we start tracking these, we start looking. Okay, we're going to see this one right here was really good. This one was really good. This buy was, it was meh. It wasn't super great. Your shorting during this time is going to be better than your longing for the most part. Thank you, Rob, for the super chat. Buy right here was really strong. You look at this. This was another really good one. This one, meh. Once again, a lot of your buys, kind of meh. Oh, gosh, Crypto Savvy in here. Yeah, Crypto Savvy, I love you. I respect you. I'm not getting involved in the drama. I'm not getting involved in the drama. I gave you your credit for your Amazon chart. So, strong here. This is the one that came in yesterday. So here's what happened. So let me get rid of all those other ones so I can just focus on this one. I want to show you guys why I did not trade this here, okay? Because this is very, very valuable information for you guys to understand. I don't like to take L's when I trade. I'm a public figure. If I'm going to be showing these trades, I don't want to take L's. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm definitely not going to win everything. But we won, I think it was what, like 23 out of 24 trades at one point last year? Like we were on an incredible streak. Why? Well, because I had a bullish bias and it was being supported. Right now I have a bearish bias and the strongest moves are down. So I want to look for strong sells. I want to short right now. That's what I want to do. I know a lot of people don't love shorting because you think it crushes the market. With this little $10,000 account, the market doesn't matter a hill of beans. My trade is not going to matter a hill of beans for where Bitcoin is going with a $10,000 trade. With $1 million trade, it might, but $10,000 is not going to. $1,000 is not going to. So just go with the whales, make money. So basically, we got this strong symbol right here. Let me delete. Okay, we got this strong symbol right here. Now, notice where this hits. This hits on this candle. Well, it hits on this candle right here. Okay, now that's a big candle. If you're actually looking back on this hourly chart, you've got to go almost all the way back. Let's see, on the second, there was a bigger green candle. For a bigger red candle, you've got to go back. I can't even see it on the screen at this point, okay? So when this confirms, it's at the bottom here. Now, by the time I actually saw the alert, we were right here because I think I was doing a show or something like that. I was like, do I want to trade this or not right now? The momentum down was very large. I actually went down here and I looked and I saw this green dot on Market Cipher. And I said, there's about to be some upward action. I don't want to get caught without a good position. If you're going to catch one of these candles, you don't want to catch it at the very, very bottom because a lot of the action you missed. Now, on this particular candle here, if I zoom in even more on this to give you guys even a better idea of what I'm talking about here. If you look at this candle right here, it's very large. How much, if you get the trade right here, how much more the downside really is there going to be? Is there really going to be? And I was also kind of looking back and looking at, like, if you look here, it's a similar pattern, just some sideways action. I don't want to be trading sideways action. What you want is you really want this strong signal to flash on sideways action. And then you take advantage of a downward swing. So I don't have a trade open right now. There was an opportunity for me to get in a trade yesterday. And I just said, this is not the one. Even though it's a strong symbol, if I would have gotten it at the top, I would have made a lot of money. You don't want to miss out on the majority of the profits by the time you get in the trade. And when you guys are watching me trade on here, and when you guys are watching this live, here's what some of you are going to do. Some of you are going to say, oh, BitBoy's in a short right now, so I'm going to go get it in a short. Well, guys, that's not the way that it works. You can't copy my trades, because by the time you see it, unless I'm making it live on the show, which potentially we'll do sometimes if it hits during the show, if you're not doing it live, you're missing the majority of the profit in a lot of cases. You don't want to just short because somebody's shorting. You need to know what their take profit is. You need to know what their stop loss is at. And we'll be showing you guys those as well. And that might can help you guide to make some better decisions. For instance, if I was in a trade and I was in a short and the price had gone up some and I was still confident it was going to go down, well, then you could actually have opportunity to make more profit on the trade than I could. So there are situations like that do occur, but you just have to be careful. I don't want people thinking you're going to come in here and mimic these trades and win. If you're going to be able to get in the very beginning of some of these trades, then you got a good opportunity. But if not, then you're going to miss it. So Frank, come on up, talk about what we're seeing on the charts here.
Okay. Very, very important stuff Ben was just talking about there, guys. You definitely don't want a copycat trade. I know there's signal groups out there, and they can work, but a lot of times, if you're trading shorter term time frames, by the time you get those signals in there, people aren't getting in at the exact entry. So a lot of people don't really think about that. They just go, oh, he said buy, he said sell, and I don't typically recommend that. So definitely a lot of good stuff there. And also, if you guys want to sign up for Lux Algo, you can use discount code BitBoy20. For 20% off. And I actually did just want to show you guys one more thing here on Lux Algo before I jump into the regular charts. And that's going to be, if you come into the settings here, we do have the reversal zones on, but I want to turn on the trend catcher. This is another indicator that's part of Lux Algo Premium that I absolutely love. And the reason I love it is, I'm just going to stay right here where Ben was on the 1 hour. The trend catcher is a lot of times will give an earlier signal than the sell signal. So you can see right here, this green line. As soon as it turns red, that next candle gets the strong sell and you come down. So, keeping an eye on this trend catcher is definitely very helpful as well. And then let me just try to find another area. I don't remember. I think I might have brought this up on yesterday's stream. I don't remember if it was on this show or my show, but you can see this trend catcher has been green as the candle color is also green. And then you can see right at the peak right here, it turns red right at the top, way before you get your strong sell. So a lot of times I like to keep an eye here on the trend catcher to try to get a little bit of an earlier signal, to start looking for those shorts. So I did just want to point that out. It's another part of Lux Algo that I really like. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off Lux Algo for now. And let's just go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here. Now, this is the 1 hour. Let's go over to the daily. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Heikin-Ashi candles and turn on Market Cipher A. So basically, here we are, guys. The past few days have kind of been uneventful. We're kind of looking at the same stuff that we've been looking at for a while here. I think these are slightly... okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to show. So we are still stuck at this level, which seems like it's been forever, stuck at this level at about 22,915, this white line. Now, this is the level that we're looking to hold. And again, I know I brought this up, I think, yesterday. If we lose this level, I do think it's very likely to come back down to this level here at about 21,346, 21,329. Exactly here. We also do have the confluence of the trend line here and a local golden pocket. So if we come down, I would watch this trend line. But essentially, just
it feels like right now we're in between a good trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the sense that I was getting, is that we are in the middle of, we need to wait to see if this is going to move up or if it's going to hit that trend line. And I think right now people really need to be patient.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of times with these levels are pulled off of a volume profile, and a lot of the times you either come back down here to a value area high before a bounce up, and then you see that value area move up in price, and value area just meaning where price wants to trade. Right now, the value area is in this range right here, and right now we are out of the value area, and the question is, are we going to bounce here, or are we going to break back into this range? and come lower. And if we do break into this range, we are most likely going to come down close to this point of control right here to the middle of the range. And just zooming in, I want to come to the 15-minute here before I cover some signals that are popping up on Market Cypher. When you zoom in to the lower time frames here, you can see, I mean, we've just been playing with this line. We're below it, bearish retest, bearish retest. We pop back up. People think we're breaking out, and then boom, now we're back in the range. So I am watching this like a hawk, because if we do get a decent rejection from this level, I would be expecting to get a move lower down. Let me zoom out so we can kind of look at the levels. I would be expecting a move lower down here towards that point of control. And if we lose that, probably going to come down to these lower levels at about 19K even. Also going to get a little bit of psychological support there, so keep that in mind. But with that being said, guys, there are some things popping up on Market Cypher B that are pretty bearish, right? 4-hour confirmed blood diamond, right? These typically do bring us down a lot. This one brought us down quite a lot, but we did get it right on the bearish retest. A lot of times you'll see price break a level and then come up and test that previous support as resistance, and then you get that bearish signal on Market Cypher, and boom, you get a big drop. The one thing here is that the blood diamond did pop up above this support. So this is generally a bearish sign on a time frame like the 4-hour. It is also on the 5-hour as well, which we don't have on this chart. I'm not going to waste time. But it is confirmed on the 5-hour as well. So that is also very bearish. And I don't typically look at regular candles, but they are popping up on other time frames on regular candles as well. As far as money flow, guys, 4-hour back in the green here, which is somewhat of a good sign, but it is very possible for that blood diamond to still play out. We could come up into the green and just roll back over into the red. So we're definitely getting some bearish signs here right at this key level of support. And I know, like I said, there's not too much going on here. We've just been flirting and playing around with this line for a few days now. So this is the level to keep an eye on. And again, that's at $23,915. If we get a strong break, we start closing, we start closing multiple 4-hour candles below this. It is going to look likely that we come down. And then with those blood diamonds, those blood diamonds do give you kind of, give me a little bit more of a bearish leaning bias here, just because they are very reliable, right? Last blood diamond here, boom, brought us all the way back down. Blood diamond right here, boom, brings you all the way back down. It's not 100%. Nothing's 100%, but
you just got one on which chart is that?
This is the 4-hour with a confirmed blood diamond.
Yeah, that's probably going to push us right back down to that.
Yeah,
line.
that
maybe down to the Fibonacci again. Maybe we break down again.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for, guys. And again, Lux Algo also pulling that strong sell signal last night. These are just bearish signs, even if they don't play out immediately. Sometimes you get those sell signals, whether it's on Lux Algo or a blood diamond on Market Cypher. And then you could kind of stagnate. Maybe you'll bounce a little bit, and then you print another one, and that's the one that really crashes you down. So those are the key levels to watch, guys. Again,
we have this comment. Frank with his candles and blood diamonds reminds me of my grandma making soup.
All right.
Off
Does she stir the soup with the candles?
I don't know. Like, I'm very confused by this comment. Like, I wish I understood what it meant.
I know. What kind of soup is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's dig in here. Let us know. Let us know in chat what that meant.
That's not the sauce I want.
You're right. Blood sauce? Vampire sauce, I guess.
Oh, gosh. That could go. Never mind.
But yeah, guys, this is the key. This is the main key level we're looking to hold here. And again, you want to, again, with those bearish signs, it is looking like we could potentially break it here. And then just checking in real quick, the daily money flow just does not want to cross over into the green. This thing has been sideways for multiple days now, which is a pretty bearish sign, in my opinion. You actually are starting to curve down here a little bit. VWAP starting to reject. That's another thing on the 12-hour chart that I was looking at last night. We were getting real close to printing a green dot on the 12-hour, which was making me think we could get a move up here, but now money flow has shot to the downside, and your VWAP got a harsh rejection there at the 0 line. So it is looking like we could potentially get some downward pressure here. So just keep that in mind. There's the key levels for you guys. I think that's all I got. Back to Ben. Bing bong. Set some stop losses, guys. Set some stop losses.
The earpiece makes me spin. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hit that like button. The number one thing you can do as a member of the Bit Squad is hit that like button. Make sure that you are, if you're watching on mobile, exit out of the live chat and then come back, hit the like button, then come back in. If you're watching on mobile, make sure to, if you're watching on mobile, or if you're watching on smart TV, excuse me, bottom left hand of the screen.
Breathe.
I've turned it into a mouth breather.
Uh-oh.
If you're watching on Smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, make sure to hit more actions, more options, and hit react, and then like this video. Can you move the Twitch chat down just for a second? From the top? No, I mean just move it down. Scroll down. Okay. All right, I just wanted to see that. Okay. All right. So let's move on here. Let's start. Let's do Tik Talks. I think we got some very interesting ones today for sure.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Somebody
like
said
it.
that crazy a random staff member was an expert at TA trading. It's funny that way. Yeah. Well, that is true for sure. But for our segment, we were supposed to have Gareth on today. We'll have to figure out what happened there, by the way. I thought that's what you were saying, but it
And
wasn't.
Frank's not just a random staff member.
No, Frank has been in
Go watch
crypto
Frank
for
Cameras.
longer than most of you, for sure. The vast majority of Frank has been.
Would you rather have a
Here we
radish than sex?
If it was good sex, then I would rather have sex. But if it was bad sex, I'd rather have a radish.
You know, that's from the BBC.
Yeah.
BitBoy Crypto, actually.
Uh-huh.
They stole my initials. Everyone knows that is what BBC stands for.
Right.
BitBoy Crypto. I don't know what any other BBC would be. But what I'll tell you is this about that. I just got to say one thing and one thing only. I do not like radishes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well,
Drew really wanted to put that one on there, and I let him. So there
Okay.
you go. What?
So let's
ahead.
substitute. Would you rather have sex or Bitcoin?
Okay.
Because for a lot of people, it's a either or
It's an either or for a while.
for a while.
But then you get to a place where you can have both.
Right.
Actually, I
Bull-
like to have my cake and eat it too. I mean,
Bull
that's how it
market.
is.
Yeah.
I like to have my. Okay, this is getting. We're
we've-
we're really borderline at this point
We
here.
got Bitcoin in the chat.
Bitcoin is in the chat.
Wow, they heard that comment. Okay. Well, just move
Bitcoin
on to
heard
the
that
next one.
comment and they
Yeah.
didn't like it. So, y'all see that? Who stole that account? Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's
Next.
do a crypto one.
Hey, are you buying Bitcoin? Nah, Bitcoin's a total scam. Bitcoin's up over 50,000%. Are you gonna buy now? Nah, it's gone up way too much, but I'll buy it when it drops. Bitcoin is down 90%. This is the perfect time to buy. I've heard Bitcoin is going to zero. Bitcoin's about to reach $20,000 a coin. Have you bought yet? No, but this time, when it drops, I'll buy it for sure. Bitcoin's dropped over 80%. Are you buying? No way. They're saying Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's at nearly $100,000 and it made me rich. Did you ever buy? No, but this time, I promise I'll buy when it drops. Bitcoin's down 75%. Please tell me you're buying some. What are you, crazy? Bitcoin's going to zero.
That is an incredible TikTok.
Yeah. That's
Like
my
that is
life.
that is one of the best TikToks about crypto I've ever seen by a long shot.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That is how it is. And I tell people this all the time. How many times I heard people in 2018 say, if Bitcoin dropped to 3,000, I would mortgage my house. But you know what happens? It dropped to 3,000. You know what nobody did? Mortgage their house.
Nope.
Why? Because of the fear. There is a fear. Yeah, just get rid of that person, by the way. Get rid of them permanently, by the way. If they're going to come in here and that's what they're going to say, just get rid of them. Guys, Bitcoin maximalism is a scam. Bitcoin maximalism is a scam. Bitcoin is not a scam. But people that come in here and that's all that they like, and they want to think that the vast majority of people in crypto who want to have financial opportunities to change their lives, that they're scammers? No. You got it twisted. Actually, Bitcoin maximalists are the Blackrock of crypto. They have their hand in everything. They have if you take that group for so long, they had the top podcasts. They have all the top books. That's going to change soon. They have all the top books. Most of the popular videos in crypto have been on Bitcoin. You got people, that's their whole channel. But you know what those people are? They're the people that run those. They're people that already made all the money. They already made all the money. They don't want you to have the opportunity that they had when they got in Bitcoin in 2012. They don't want you to have that opportunity. Why? Because while a rising tide lifts all ships, it gets those ships closer to your big yacht. And they don't like that. So the Bitcoin maximalists are, in fact, the Blackrock of crypto. They try to swing things in their direction. They try to misportray everything. And it's really sad, to be honest with you, because, like I said on the David Goldstein podcast, the Bitcoin maximalists became the very thing they set out to stop.
I agree.
That's what they've become. So I got no time for those people. But anyways, back to this TikTok here. That was absolutely hilarious. That's how it is. Let's check this one out. Oh, we're going to cover it. This Gleek channel here, they put out great content. I want to use them all the time, but I don't want to overuse it. Go ahead.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's a good one.
Huge news from the biggest bank in the USA and crypto. 3 JP Morgan executives quit the most prestigious positions in the world of finance to work in the crypto sector. So why would these guys leave some of the most powerful positions to work with crypto? Well, I'll explain everything you need to know. But first, here's exactly what happened to these ex-JP Morgan executives. A former managing director with 21 years at JP Morgan joined Algorand as head of business development and capital markets. Pooja Samuel joined Digital Currency Group as head of corporate development, while JP Morgan's Samir Shah left the bank to become chief operating officer at Ledger Investing. Here's something interesting. None of the former executives worked within Onyx, JP Morgan's blockchain and digital assets division. That's right, JP Morgan is investing into blockchain research. So why would they leave their high-paying, high-potential jobs at JP Morgan? The answer is simple. They see crypto as the future, and a crypto winter isn't going to stop this vision. Welcome to Gleek, and follow for more.
That's a great account. You guys should follow that account. Dude, wear your sleeves? I flexed, obviously. Look, here's the thing, guys, about that. This is why there's such gigantic opportunity in crypto still to this day. And you know what's funny is when you had this bull market, you guys know I went on Rand's channel last year and I told people bear market was coming this year. I thought we had more upside than we had, but I said this year we're going to get a bear market, and I was laughed at by several people on the show. Friends of mine laughed. Oh, no. From now on, things are going to go up.
Up
This is
only.
it.
Yeah.
Up only. Up only.
Too much adoption.
Too much adoption.
That was killing me.
It was
we've
painful.
hit mass adoption now. We're not going to go back down. Like, guys, they told us that last time. Didn't you learn anything?
Yeah. But, you know, what happens is that you start thinking that adoption is here, but it's not. It's the overexuberance of the speculation of the market of the price based on Bitcoin halving. We have it every 4 years. Happens every 4 years. We are in a bear market right now. And what is so funny is, of course, just like the earlier TikTok, everybody says it's scam now. You know, for scam. People are going to call scammers for 2 years. Anybody that's in crypto, they're saying, why are you in that Ponzi? Right? But what happens is this. When you get deep into crypto, when you get deep into this industry, you start to look around and you start to realize all of the big financial players are moving in this space.
Yeah.
They're moving here. Corporations, they are moving here. Private blockchain, public blockchain, they are moving. Supply chain, storage coins, all of this stuff is going to play a huge role in the future of technology. And the people that are outside of this bubble, not a pop bubble, but just this giant dome that we're kind of in, this echo chamber of crypto, these people that are outside of that, they don't see this stuff. But did you have 3 high executives from JP Morgan moving to different crypto companies? Why are they moving from traditional banking to crypto? This is supposed to be, what was that number, TJ? It was a $3 trillion industry.
Something like that.
By 2030, crypto, not the market cap. The market cap will be much higher. The market cap is based on speculation, okay? In actual real dollars being made in blockchain in 2030, you guys know what the estimate is? $3 trillion. Let me put that in perspective for you. Worldwide food industry, 800 to 900 billion. Over 3 times bigger than food. Food. You need food? We all need food. But do you know what you use more than food? The internet. Blockchain's the new layer of the internet. I don't know what it's going to take for people to figure this out. Crypto Savvy said, did you pay for that shirt with Bitcoin at 69K? And by the time they got payment, it didn't pay for sleeves. I love Crypto Savvy.
He's salty today.
He is, man.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's down today. He should be happy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man. I've really got to enjoy Crypto Savvy a lot. Y'all should go check out his channel if you want to have no hope in Bitcoin. No, I'm just kidding. He does good stuff over there. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Insane evidence Bitcoin has capitulated in the past 2 months. Now, let's check this out. Bitcoin is providing overwhelming evidence that it is capitulating, and it is time to flip bullish as a result. A new analysis believes.
Analysts should say. right?
It could technically. No, new analysis. Well, yes. Yes, you're 100% right.
Right.
They should have used a different verb.
Mhm.
New analysis reveals. Hey,
Right.
that was great. Man, TJ, you're great at grammar. Today
Let's not
only.
get carried away.
No, today only.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so the raw count of evidence for Bitcoin capitulation today is insane. I talked about 12 key examples. Let's see. In addition to on-chain signals covered by Cointelegraph, including the MVRV and the Nupal, Edwards' evidence suggests that macro triggers such as poor United States equities performance and stagnant M2 money supply growth. That doesn't sound super bullish. Bankruptcy events combined with Tesla is the ultimate sign of capitulation. I think first leg down. Let's see. Savvy is seeing the reversal for me. Not sure how to process the 3K not coming. I don't think that. Hey, so far, we're not at a point where we can call him wrong yet. I'm looking forward to being able to call him wrong. But I'll tell you this about Crypto Savvy. Whether or not he ends up being right about Bitcoin going down 3,000, he was the only one sending the warning signs that it was going to go down as far as it's gone so far. I mean, nobody thought it was going to go down to 17K after November. And we now think 10 to 14K. If it hits in that range, then he was going to end up being a lot more right than he was wrong, even if it doesn't. But it still potentially could be totally right. So I told him that. I said, I'm not ruling out you're right. I'm not ruling it out. I just don't think you are, but I'm not ruling it out. I don't think he's crazy. I think when you start thinking numbers that Bitcoin can go to are crazy, it almost always goes there. So let's be careful. Let's collectively not think it's going to 3,000. Or let's collectively think it is. If we all believe it's going to 3,000, it may have bottomed already. So.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So this is what I really want to talk about here with this. The percentage of total supply transferred at a loss hit 1.9% last month. Historically, when this metric breaches 1.5%, it demonstrates that a large portion of the market is in pain. Most were also great accumulation zones. I have been telling you guys this for probably a month now. The on-chain metrics are misleading right now. Now, was Celsius and Voyager a sign of capitulation? Certainly. There were certainly people that got out of the market at that time. Does that mean it was the capitulation? We don't know that for sure. A lot of us thought the move down to 6,000 was the true capitulation in 2018. God, people really love these arms. Should I really like just go full sleeveless here all the time?
No.
When are we gonna do the show with no shirt on? When are we gonna do that?
Maybe Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. No, let's bring back the Cupid costume for Halloween.
Let's do it.
Or for Valentine's Day. Thank you for that, Joe Mom. I appreciate that super chat. But listen, here's the deal, guys. The reason why they're misleading is because the movement that occurred from exchanges, even at losses, based on the fear of being around, having your money on exchanges, that is what pushed people to move. It wasn't the market. Usually the reason these on-chain metrics are important is because it's the natural flow that Bitcoin is doing during that time. And of course, some events do affect it, but since Mt. Gox, we haven't seen a move that affected Bitcoin in a real way like this one did, a real functional way. And the on-chain metrics are now skewed because so many people were moving. So yes, you're going to see indicators that have bottomed. You're going to see evidence that it capitulated. And there's a potential. It's true. But you can't trust the on-chain metrics right now. We need to get much further away. We need to get 3 months down the road, in my opinion, to be kind of removed from the Celsius Voyager fiasco there. So I think that that's something to pay attention to, definitely. And I also, there was one other thing that I wanted to say about that. Let's see.
I noticed.
Oh, I was going to say, put the Ledger link up. If you want to move from exchanges and you want to be safe, we're really pushing this Ledger link because we want everyone to be using that. We're going to be doing a tutorial on how to use it pretty soon. We've got a cold storage wallet review for you guys this weekend coming out on Saturday. Is going to have Trezor, Ledger, another wallet. There's plenty of good ones out there. But we're going to be looking at 3 of them specifically. You can go to bitboycrypto.com, check out our review page. You can see some of those reviews as well. But if you don't have a Ledger, you're going to want to get a Ledger. So we'll put that affiliate link up there.
Yeah, I'll drop that in just a second. One thing I did notice talking about on-chain metrics this morning, about 48,780 Bitcoin, over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin going onto exchanges. So that should let you know, there's some big whales out there that probably think there's more room to go to the downside.
Yeah,
That does,
it's people getting ready to trade because they watch
Yeah.
your channel. They're ready to trade. What did can you pop up the Q&A real quick so I see the questions you pulled?
yes.
Just very, very briefly. Okay, hey, it's not this one. Perfect. One thing, I saw someone ask a question earlier. If you're going to trade, where do you put your dry powder?
Oh,
If you
yeah.
don't want to put it on exchanges.
I did see that too.
Yeah. Look, guys, if you're going to trade, there are some ways to do it decentralized, but not using the best platforms. If you're going to trade, I would suggest keeping your dry powder off the exchange so you're ready to move it. But it's a third party, so there's going to be some time if you want to move it on there. Look, if you're going to trade, just don't have all of your trading portfolio on one exchange.
Right.
Unfortunately, if you're going to be a successful trader, in my opinion, I think you have to use the exchanges. And look, guys, exchanges are still a necessary evil. If we want to buy some coins on KuCoin, you're going to have to use it. You can't buy everything decentralized out there. And you'd have to have a ton of platforms to do it. You still are going to have to extend a little bit of trust to exchanges to really operate, unless you've bought, you've hodled, put it on cold storage, and you're never going to look at it again. So
I think we should do a video on safest exchanges currently. Not
Yeah.
saying they're 100% safe,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
we obviously endorse
We endorse KuCoin and
Yeah.
Binance and Coinbase and
right.
FTX.
FTX. Yeah.
I endorse them. I like it. Buckslayer 4x4 says your vanilla ice eyebrows are almost filled in.
Nice.
Big shout out to the best channel on YouTube. You made me more money than I thought possible. The next bull run will be face melting. Well, if your face is going to melt, make sure it doesn't drip. You don't get in my Lambo. I don't want your face melting on my Lambo seat for sure. Okay. Bitcoin maybe pay like treasury bonds, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's go to this. Biden's set to sign law to pump $53 billion into U.S. chip manufacturing. Now, why is this an important story? Very interesting here. Now it's starting to make sense. Number one, why is Nancy Pelosi in Taiwan? Where do you think the technology for these chips come from?
Mm-hmm. She's checking on her investments.
Also, Nancy Pelosi, one of her biggest investments recently, hope I say this right, NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Right for you.
You never remember. NVIDIA?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That is right. NVIDIA. And guess who's going to be, these graphic cards are going to be using these chips from what I understand. So once again, the closest person to an insider trading, say it again, the closest person to being an insider trader that's not capable of being charged with insider trading, Nancy Pelosi, ladies and gentlemen. This is her last go round. She's out after January, I think, right? Is it January she's out?
Maybe. That's why she's
she
making
announced
it
she's
count.
retiring. I think she's done. I think.
Mhm.
So now, who's she going to get her insider trading information from? I guess she's still probably got buddies. It is what it is. President Joe Biden will sign the Chips and Science Act of 2022 on August 9th in a Rose Garden ceremony. White House said move will flood $52.7 billion into funding over U.S. chip makers. Although the CHIPS Act is designed to boost U.S. chip making, TSMC remains important to U.S. manufacturing. Taiwan's central role in geopolitics was on display this week as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited the island, including a TSMC meeting, according to the Washington Post. And you can obviously trust what the Washington Post says.
We got Gary Gensler in the chat.
Gary Gensler's in the chat. There he is. Gary Gensler. Dirty Gary says, Nancy Pelosi is an SEC advisor, and we value her input and deep knowledge of the markets. Thanks for stopping by, Gary. We really appreciate it. Gary, would you like to come live in studio? Would you like to come live in the studio? Would you like an MMA fight? I would fight Gary Gensler in an MMA fight. Who wants to see that?
SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, his eyes will be very intimidating to me. They're bug eyes. The thing about Gary Gensler is, since he is an alien, a reptile, and he also has a giant bug eyes, he can actually see 360 degrees around him. So he can't even attack him from behind. I don't know if he likes to be attacked from behind. Maybe he does. Maybe he's into that. I don't know. But he's definitely watching it while it's happening. Okay. China objected to the visit and began 5 days of live fire military drills in areas near the country. So there you go. We've been talking about this for several days. What's going on over there? Now it's very clear. This was clearly a chess move. China fires missiles near Taiwan and drills after Pelosi visit. They said, an incredible show of military might and force. China, nothing you do impresses us. Like, it's not impressive that you can fire a missile. We got plenty of those. It's not a big deal. If you think you're doing that to like kind of threaten us or show us what you got, you may want to save your money there because there's no reason to. Because even if you had way more stuff than we have, we're super cocky. We'll still think we can take you. So it is what it is. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's see. Exclusive. Italy. Intel closed a $5 billion deal for chip factory. You guys are starting to see a lot of moving parts with these semiconductors, the chips. I don't know how much interest you guys have in this, but this is really kind of geopolitical, what's happening really around the world right now. How about this? Blackrock taps Coinbase for institutional crypto investment. And I tweeted about this last night.
So funny.
I love that picture. I want to hang that up in my house. I want to make an NFT out of that. How many of you would buy it? Let's see where. And don't forget, guys, by the way, I do want to just pump this again. We are doing a meetup. It's our pin tweet on Twitter. You guys can come hang out with the BitSquad in Toronto at the Futures Conference. You get 50% off your ticket to the event. Meet and greet 5:30 to 8 on August 9th. Justin Williams will be with me. Head of content Nick DeMonti will be with me. We're real excited about that. So, Shepherd's Church with the super chat. What do you think of Bob Lucas's tweet of 16-year cycles and predicted super bear market coming? Seems like speculation, but want to know your take.
We've heard that theory.
Guys, until the 4-year cycle is broken, we don't need another theory. Like, we don't. Crypto Savvy's big on this 10-year theory. This guy, 16-year theory. Some people are saying it's not a Bitcoin halving cycle. It's actually election cycles. I will listen to that. I don't think it's true because the traditional markets don't match that. Only Bitcoin, which has the least tied to that. Guys, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. This is why, like, a lot of these channels out there that come up with all these theories, like, Bitcoin's going to pump at the, at the end of this year, and this is going to happen. You got blah, 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 blah. Guys, until the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is broken and proven to be not true, we're not going to go with anything different. It doesn't make any sense when we have something predictable. It will break one day. It's not going to break. It's going to look different one day. It will look different. The people that make this stuff, they're basing it on charts only. They're not factoring in the Bitcoin halving, which determines the entire market. So in my opinion, we're not going to veer off of that. The one thing that I am watching to see what Ethereum does with this merge. Can we get a separation from the altcoin market against the price of Bitcoin? Could we start to see these move in their own independent ways? That's what I'm paying attention to. That makes a lot more sense to me, that would separate first. Then all of a sudden the halving just doesn't matter. But they're literally cutting the production down 50%. You guys know there's only 14.5 million Bitcoin out there, really? There's 19 million. 1 million of that is Satoshi's, most likely dead. We'll never see it. It will never be moved. We know Craig Wright doesn't have the keys for it. He's proven that over and over again. 3.5 million Bitcoin estimated to be lost based on not hacks, because in a hacker has access to Bitcoin, based on people just having poor security in the beginning because Bitcoin was so cheap, they didn't care.
Or hardware failure.
3.5 million of those are gone. There's only like 14.5 million in circulation. When you cut that production in half, it's a massive effect, a tangible effect on the supply. So, but I tweeted about this Coinbase thing. Where did I say it here? Let's see. Here it is. Uncle Brian has made a deal with the devil. I do believe BlackRock is basically the devil. I do believe that. If there is a devil walking around, it is BlackRock and Vanguard for sure. Larry Fink, his head minion, is who that would be. So I think that this is really scary stuff that we have them partnering. The world's biggest asset manager has teamed up with Coinbase. This is our biggest fear in crypto, that these people infiltrate crypto. And we know they're going to. Because I hear people say this all the time, like, oh, well, when the banks are ready to crush Bitcoin, they're going to crush it. They can't. They can't. It's unblockable. It's unbannable. You can't get around this network.
We're at the if you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. 100%. And we see them joining. That's evidence of where this is going. 1 million Bitcoin in the trash dump yard. Yeah, that's true. There are people in that situation. Coinbase has inked a new deal with the world's biggest asset manager, BlackRock. Coinbase's stock appears to be reacting favorably to the news. Of course, somebody's got to buy that stock. Yeah. After suffering a substantial drawdown throughout the first half of the year, shares of the top U.S. crypto exchange have recovered in line with the rest of the American equities market over the past week. First 15 minutes of Thursday's trading section, coin shares jumped an additional 25%. Let's see.
And basically, the story I saw said it's they're partnering with Coinbase to pretty much open up Bitcoin as an investable asset to everybody in their system. So
Yeah.
that's pretty huge. And that it's just Bitcoin right now with plans to add other assets based on client demand. So I would
Yeah.
assume Ethereum coming soon.
Can you get your Bitcoin if your ledger dies but you have your seed phrase? Absolutely. You can restore. You can restore a device. That's why it's so important to buy them only from Ledger. Because, and by the way, that does go directly to the link, actually, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Because you can restore any of them. That's why it's so important you get it directly from Ledger and not from Amazon, because somebody can actually copy your seed phrase, send you the ledger, then you create the account, you put your money on there, and then they have the seed phrase, and then they restore your backup, and boom, they've got your crypto. So you only from Ledger buy. A guy with 3 first names. You guys know we love people with 2 first names. People with 3 first names, even better. Didn't realize I didn't pick up my gun show tickets earlier, XRP. So I didn't think the sleeves would make this big of a wave. Man, they really have made a big wave today. Let's see. Meta will add coin integrations. This is talking about coin. Meta will add coin integrations. This is saying that Facebook and Coinbase are going to be working together, correct?
Right.
Interesting. This is speculation. We don't know this for sure. I was told this was speculation when this tweet was explained to me here. But interesting, something to watch. Somebody was saying that, it looks like a partnership could be evident between the two. Could you imagine?
And again, BlackRock, Vanguard in the middle of all of
it.
this. So what if you zoom out, these are all Vanguard and BlackRock companies that are leading the charge into digital assets, digital payment, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Tesla, Facebook, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, all of them, BlackRock, Vanguard, fingers all over. USDC. Yeah. I wonder if there's one day we could get it to where I don't hear myself, because it's brutal. I've gotten very used to it, but it's still a challenge.
Same. The fact I have to hear you is absolutely brutal on me.
Yeah.
Just I have to hear your voice just in general. Not on the show, just all the time.
Right.
Look, I think that when it comes to this stuff, here's the thing. I want you to think about this. Even if Meta and Coinbase were to partner, and you can now buy crypto on Facebook or in the metaverse, with the Oculus,
Yeah,
would that change people's mind on it? Is that going to take crypto people and move them back over to Facebook? No. There's nothing, in my opinion, that Facebook could do to bring back our generation over there, and the next generation as well. There's nothing they can do. The name is so bad that when we look at this, we just say, what's the scam here? Like, we don't think, oh, what great adoption. The only people that are using Facebook in the traditional way it's been used are baby boomers. That's it. And
well, not outside the U.S.
Well, are you talking about WhatsApp and stuff?
No, I'm talking about, globally, Facebook is still used a lot more. Like they don't have nearly as many other apps.
Well,
their
sign-up numbers are way down. But what I would say is, when I say use Facebook the traditional way, look, so let me explain to you a little bit about my history with Facebook, okay? You guys know I went to rehab in 2007. I went to rehab in 2007. Facebook wasn't really a thing, barely, maybe for college kids. I came out in 2009, 2 years, that's right. I was really messed up. And it was everywhere. And so I got a Facebook account in 2009. I was really excited. Why was I excited? Because all of a sudden I can just connect with every friend I ever had in my life. You're sending friend requests to the kid you went to kindergarten with that you could barely remember his name, but he popped up and you're like, oh yeah, I was in kindergarten with that kid. Why don't we connect? So you grew this giant friend list of like 1,000 people, right? How many of those people did you really actually care about? Other than to see like, oh, that person still exists. The connection idea of Facebook in the beginning, and this really changed your social media, it's not the same as it was. So in 2018, I went crypto full time, and I decided I was going to close my Facebook account. So I closed it down for a while. Well, 2020, the channel started blowing up. I was like, I need to have a Facebook account for my page, and I got to have an account. So I reopened it, and I cut down to, I removed every friend I had, except for Jim, and my immediate family. I had like 30 friends, basically, on Facebook. I removed everyone. So if you knew me back then and I cut you out of my life, that's why. It was nothing personal. I just had a cold rule on it. Well, then I started adding more people as we started playing baseball and over here, back home in my hometown, things like that. Well, I've noticed something. No one uses Facebook the way they used to. The way people used to use it is they would post their information about what they were doing throughout the day. They would post pictures. Outside of Facebook groups, hardly anyone does that. Anyone that's sending me a friend request is just for a connection. They're not posting statuses throughout the day. Maybe they go on vacation, they might post a couple pictures. Nobody uses Facebook the way they used to. It's more of like it just sits in the background and you go check it. And you might see what's going on with your groups. The amount of interaction on Facebook now is extremely small for the average person. And that's what I mean. The usage has totally changed. And so people aren't on it as much. You're not going to go there to buy crypto, I don't think. I don't see anybody that would be doing that with this new way that's used. If it was still the same and people were constantly checking their feeds, people go to Instagram now for that. They go to TikTok for that. Only baby boomers are still doing that on Facebook. It would make sense. The amount of hours the average person spends combined with the amount of, or with the signups going down, I think if you were to really just blanket across the number of hours, the fall of Facebook has been much bigger and much more drastic than the numbers reflect, I believe. And I see that experientially. And I'd love to see other people's opinion on that. If you guys have opinions on that, if you think I'm right on that, because I do believe I am. TJ and I have almost come to blows over Facebook before. So he loves Facebook.
No, I don't love Facebook.
He doesn't love Facebook.
I just think it's hard to deny that's a big part of what people use on the internet, especially when you consider all of their properties: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, et cetera.
Yeah.
Meta. I don't think anybody's going to use Facebook to buy crypto, but I think people will use crypto within games in the metaverse on Meta.
That's a big play.
Yeah.
I just think that the metaverse they're going to be building is not going to touch some of the other ones. So $5 billion loss. Somebody said that's what they had.
It was 2.9 billion in 1 quarter on
How many?
the metaverse investment. 2.9.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
Okay. All right. So let's Coinbase asked Supreme Court to halt lawsuits, wants arbitration.
By the way, top 2 holders of Meta, outside of Mark Zuckerberg, BlackRock, Vanguard.
Big shocker, huh?
Yeah.
Big shocker. Coinbase asked the U.S. Supreme Court to halt 2 lawsuits filed by users of the exchange. While the company aims to gain appeals or send the case to arbitration. Let's see. We know what happened here. This is not having anything to do with that story. So basically, there are 2 cases. 2 cases. It looks like class action lawsuits. They're just asking them to halt them. So that's not that big of a deal. I thought maybe they were asking them to halt the insider trading case. That would have been interesting. Okay. Slope Wallet, blame for Solana mayhem. Here's how to protect yourself. So this is what came out yesterday. After investigation by developers, ecosystem teams, and security auditors, it appears affected addresses were at one point created, imported, or used in Slope mobile wallet application. Contrary to the earlier reports, the new data suggests that Solana's cryptography was not compromised. I don't think anybody thought that was what it was. Did you?
No, I think, though, if you're new to the space and you see everybody saying Solana hack, you might think that. But it wasn't, like we said on this channel yesterday and today, it wasn't Solana that was hacked. It was wallets and JavaScript and a couple other things.
Yeah. A lot of people saying that they agree. When rehab for caffeine, my caffeine production or consumption production. I'm just out here producing caffeine. It's actually really low. This is the only caffeine I have during the day. I have 1 bang in the morning. Sometimes yesterday I had a monster. It's like half. So I'm feeling pretty good. I don't need the energy, the fake energy that I used to have. So, but I like the bang still in the morning. I also like these drinks. Okay. An investigation into the exploit by the foundation found that private keys for Slope wallets were inadvertently transmitted to an application monitoring service. This sounds like Alex Jones' lawyers, which, by the way, I do believe that Sandy Hook really occurred. I don't think there's any falsity in that stuff. But I don't know if y'all saw what happened to Alex Jones yesterday. Did you see what happened?
No.
In that case? His lawyers apparently accidentally sent 2 years of Alex Jones' personal text messages, I guess to them, maybe to other people, to the prosecuting or to the other attorneys. And all that they had to do was tell those other attorneys it was an accident. That's client privilege, attorney-client privilege, and they couldn't have used it. Do you and Alex Jones found out about this at the trial yesterday? So those are some good lawyers. Sounds to me like somebody got paid off to screw him. I do think he was wrong for that. I personally, I was on a show one time. I liked Alex Jones. I think he's been dead on about a lot of stuff. I think that's one that he was wrong about. BC Alf says, left Facebook the day after service at Wife's Grave and not grieving.
And got grieving t-shirt.
Got grieving t-shirt ads. Oh, that's
wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's very morbid. I thought it was going to be a joke at first. That's extremely sad. I'm very sorry to hear that for you. Okay. So, let's see. Breach was amplified the call for investors to explore the possibility of hardware wallets. Once again, we have one right at the top of the live stream there. Slope confirmed that hardware wallets were not compromised in any way, while Anatoly Yakovenko, Solana's founder, advised users to adopt cold-hot wallet separation. So, guys, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were saying, I think hot wallets are actually safer than cold storage wallets because they're easier to use. And now we're starting to see that's not true. Like, I kind of understood his point, but that's not true at this point. You're still trusting a third party when it comes to a hot wallet. I think Trust Wallet's good. I like the Coinbase wallet. Personally, I don't like Coinbase. I mean, that's not true. I kind of do like Coinbase. I don't like that they partnered with Blackrock. I'm very hot and cold with Coinbase, with Uncle Brian. I mean, he's family. So, like, we go to Thanksgiving, I kind of tell him the things I think he's done that aren't great. He tells me, like, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you talk more about coins on Coinbase and less about coins that are on KuCoin or Binance because they have much bigger libraries? And I'm just like, Brian, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. And he said, I'm not going to do what you want to do either. So that's why I went and signed up with BlackRock, I guess. But in general, I think Coinbase is actually relatively a good player in the space. I'm questioning that now more than ever. But I do think the Coinbase wallet that you have your private keys for, it is a good, safe wallet, but it's still a hot wallet, and you're still having to trust it. I don't know where those private keys are stored. I don't think the hot wallet is supposed to have access to the private keys. That's why it's so confusing, right?
What?
A hot wallet provider is not supposed to have access to the private keys. So how did all these private keys get transmitted? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
It's not an exchange, right? Okay, people have to understand what a private key actually is. A private key, it's not a password to an account.
Right.
It is the vehicle to get you to your wallet. Your wallet can be accessed any number of ways. It doesn't have to be accessed directly through one specific wallet. If you have a private key, you should be able to use that private key to access your wallet in multiple locations, like you can with my Ether wallet, or you can with MetaMask, right? You can, it's a vehicle to get you there. It's not an account. It's a home on the blockchain. It's kind of hard to understand exactly what I'm saying, I think. But the point here is these hot wallets should not have access to your private keys. Does that make sense? They're storing people's private key somewhere? That doesn't make sense to me. That's the whole thing with a private key. You're literally the only person who should have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not tracking what I'm saying?
To be honest, I got distracted.
Oh, you got distracted. Did you listen now again? You want me to explain it again?
No, I don't. Basically with the hot wallet, it is in the wallet, the private key. It's in the wallet.
The private key?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the hot wallet is not supposed to have access to your private key. If they have access to your private key, that means that any person that works there
No, it's on your. No, it's on
if there
your
was a
device.
security exploit, they could see
Right.
your private
No,
key.
they
That's not
don't.
the way it's supposed to be set
The
up.
developers don't, but it's on your actual device. It's on your phone. Or like if the hot wallet is on your phone, then the private key is stored on your phone. So and that's the difference when it's hot and it's connected to the internet, there's a lot more attack vectors to get to your specific device to get that information off. Where if it's a cold wallet, not attached to the internet, they have no way to search around and find it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I want to do a lot more research on this because this is honestly very, very sketchy, to be honest with you, because this is not the way it's supposed to work. A hot wallet is not supposed to have access to your private key. There should not be anywhere where someone can see your private key. That's the whole point. Now, if someone had a keylogger, they could get access to it through a hack, or if they were able to put a virus on your computer. But that's the whole point of these. It's a password to unlock your address, basically. It should not be stored anywhere.
It's stored.
It's supposed to not really exist. I understand what you're saying.
In the application. On your
on your device
device
within the application.
Yes.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
But the hot wallet itself should not have access to that. Like the people that work at the hot wallet should not have access to it. There shouldn't be any code that they can pull up to be able to see it. So I think this is a big problem here. I think we have a lot about or a lot to kind of dig in on this. This might be a good idea for a video, to be honest with you, because this is very, very, very sketchy. Gankman says, that's what I've said for a long time. Unless you're a computer engineer, no code, we can't trust these wallets. So yeah. And y'all sold me on buying a Ledger wallet. I'm sketched out now. This has nothing to do with Ledger. This has nothing to do with Ledger.
Right.
Ledger's not a hot wallet. Ledger's a cold storage wallet. You're the only person that has access to that. It's not stored anywhere. Your private key's not stored anywhere with a Ledger where anyone can get access to it. So it sounds like, I think if what I'm picking up, what TJ is putting down, is that it's stored on your device, so no one should have access to it. But it's on the application on your device. Basically what happens is you have a hot wallet, you use your private key to get into it. It gives you a seed phrase. You will then use that seed phrase, or some will use a password to get into your account. But to access that account initially, there had to be a private key access. So that private key is stored somewhere within the application, only on your device, but somehow hackers were able to get in and see them. That's insane. So that's a huge security flaw. And I heard that Slope was told, they were told that there was a vulnerability about this.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do anything about it. So very, very, very sketchy. Okay. Over $86.6 million worth of NFTs stolen since start of 2022. India's second most popular state issues 100,000 diplomas on Polygon blockchain, blah, 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 blah. Ethereum Layer 2 solution Optimism rallies 300% in a month and did make all-time highs, I believe, yesterday. Let me double check to confirm. We had looked at that yesterday morning. I think it was, or maybe 2 days ago, and it had not, but I do believe it now has hit an all-time high. Let's go to the all here. Yeah, you guys can, and remember what I said? When it was about right here, I said, I believe it is setting up for an all-time high, and sure enough, we got the run. So it has retraced. It's hard to look at this chart right here and say, it's hard to look here and say, oh, it's definitely got another leg up. But if you're looking at about where it's retracing to, it's retracing to basically the top of this run. And so if it bounces up from here, it probably will go and make another new all-time high. If it goes down, it'll probably go back to below support. I don't feel great about telling you guys to buy Optimism when it's at all-time highs. So even though it has retraced a little bit, I would still be watching to see what happens. We don't see coins generally run counter to the market, and it is doing that right now. So there we go. Let's see. Over 44 million contracts deployed to Ethereum since Genesis. That's a lot of contracts. We'll use $1 million eStash or $1 million eStash to support Ethereum fork. Justin Sun pledges. What is this fork? They want to establish a new proof of work network. Of course, Justin Sun is saying this because Ethereum is his #1 competitor. Guys, this is really stupid. If you want to fork Ethereum to keep a proof of work network, that's not going to go well. Look how forks have done. Ethereum is a fork now. Ethereum itself is a fork. Ethereum Classic is the original chain, but the vast majority went with the fork. If the vast majority were to go with a fork, it would be a little bit different. The minority will go along with the fork. It's people that are difficult. You know, the people that want to talk to the manager, those are the people that go with the forks. So in general, and look, you may want to talk to the manager. I mean, had a bad experience with Delta the other day at LAX for sure. I did talk to the manager. Guys, I'm the Karen of crypto. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Okay. SEC wants to reopen Discovery in the Ripple case. If you're in the XRP army, make sure to throw the X up. Trey Young or Angel McCautry. Trey Young all day, every day. I mean, that's my dude. That's Trey right there. Trey, Ice Trey, swish buckets. Let's go. SEC wants to reopen Discovery in the Ripple case. Here's why. Because you want me to go and tell you why? Because they're beat. That's why. They want to reopen Discovery because they want to start putting all kinds of new stuff in because they know they're beat. I am now starting to believe stronger and stronger every single day. Every single day. I believe there is a significant chance Gary Gensler is gone by the end of January. A significant chance. His legacy is going to be losing this case. And I think if Gary Gensler goes, I think whoever comes in next will probably just wipe this case off. Why do I say that? Why do I say I think this is possible? Is it because Gary Gensler doesn't have any power? No. I mean, we do know he calls from his interstellar reptilian overlords. right? How do you think his eyes got so big? Now, you would think he would want a little hair, some more follicles up there. I guess the scales don't allow it. But the whole thing is this, is that when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, what do they agree on? Do you know, TJ, what do they agree on?
What do they agree on?
Well, I got one thing they agree on. They all agree on corruption. They love it. But outside of that, they agree on virtually nothing.
I was going to say.
By design. Do you know what they're starting to agree with? On both sides of the aisle right now? CFTC needs more control of crypto, not the SEC. And when you lose your friends, Gary Gensler is a Democrat, by the way. We do know in general, Democrats have been a little more bearish than Republicans. We just see that by the names that we talk about on the channel all the time. They're against crypto compared to the ones that are for it. When the people that are kind of on your side are starting to back away from you, you have big problems. And Gary Gensler has big problems. You want to hear his biggest problem? It has been discovered that Gary Gensler has a $124 million fund. I want you to think about this. Politician, $124 million fund that's not registered with the SEC that's supposed to be. Did you know that?
No,
that's a fact. That's not conjecture. That's a fact. I think John Deaton just uncovered that. So you've got a guy running around leading by enforcement, and people are starting to see how corrupt this guy is. And I think we could be seeing a change very soon in this regard. I don't know how he survives this allegation coming out being true. How can you be in charge of the SEC and you're in direct violation of the SEC? Now, not that we don't see that kind of hypocrisy everywhere, but, it is what it is. So that's what's going on with the case. Basically, this will get shot down just like everything the SEC does. So MIT pays very well, apparently. I tell you what, could you imagine? You guys know those robots? The robots MIT makes? Could you imagine one of those robots with Gary Gensler's face on it? That would be the most terrifying thing you would ever see. I mean, his face is already the most terrifying thing, it being an alien face. But if you put that onto a robot and then put one of those guns on it, could you imagine like him going up to, the gates for Binance, like CZ right there? It's like, hello, I am here for enforcement. That's a gun shooting right there. Outside his back. All right, guys, that is all we got for today. Let me see. Quick hits real quick.
Yeah.
Binance Exchange increases support for XRP. $6.8 billion pension fund investing in crypto marketing. Starbucks teasing Web3 reward program. Senator Warren proposed reducing Wall Street's involvement in crypto. That could be an interesting story to look into. So there we go. Hackers might be responsible for removing 4.8 million from ZB.com. Senate overwhelmingly votes to add Sweden and Finland to NATO. I think this is a very important story to watch. Let's get to the Q&A.
Yeah, a couple things we pulled from earlier in the show.
Hold on, real quick. Moby Sage, do you think Adam Silver is an alien? You know what's funny about that? If you don't know who Adam, can we look at these people side by side real quick? Gary Gensler, let's pull him up. I literally thought this exact thing just a few days ago. Just a few days ago, I literally had this thought that Gary Gensler and Adam Silver may be alien brothers. I swear I thought this. It's so funny you said that. Let's pull up Adam Silver. Let's see here. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you whoa, they got almost the same haircut. They have the same cold, dead eyes. They have the exact same teeth. This is scary. I did think this. Gary Gensler, Adam Silver. Is there an SEC NBA corruption scandal going on here where reptilian overlords from a planet out there with alien terrestrials? Is it really happening? I'm questioning right now. All right, let's go.
Real quick, Affinity Tumbling Super Chat. Ben, thank you for what you do. I sold my Raptor to buy these lows. I put my
Where
coins
did you
on...
get one?
I'm sure he's talking about Forward. I put my coins on Ledger and feel confident now. Can you provide a Telcoin update for the next bull run?
That was my Raptor impression. I used to be very well known for my Raptor impression, by the way. Can you provide a Telcoin update for next bull run? Telcoin, it did really well in the last run. It had a lot of good momentum. I'm not sure where it will go in the next. I know they have some big partnerships. If I were to say, like, hey, should you put Telcoin in your portfolio? I would definitely put it closer to the small cap speculative range. I don't know where it is right now. It's probably the top 200 at least. Let's see where it is. Telcoin. I'm gonna guess. I think it's 164. Let's find out. 270 actually. So I didn't want to underestimate it. 270. It would be a speculative one. I would not have more than 5% of your portfolio in something like Telcoin. It's just too speculative at this point. It did have a good run. Thing to think about, we usually don't get duplicate runs for altcoins and back-to-back bull runs where they crush, the percentage they crushed the last time, and Telcoin did very well. So don't think I'm not opposed to it, but it's not one I'm going to have in my portfolio most likely, but it needs to be in your speculative category.
Heard another YouTuber say as layer 2s develop, Ethereum will go down in value because people won't use it. Why is that incorrect?
Why will people not use Ethereum? More people use Ethereum than any other layer 2 by a significant margin. The developer community is larger by a significant margin. People have been saying this since 2017.
Right.
And do you know what we've seen? The more layer 2s that come out, the more Ethereum proves it's by far the best and most valuable at this point. I do believe Cardano has a chance. Polkadot, maybe an outside shot. Outside of that, I don't see anything being able to compete with Ethereum. I think it's the kind of thing where the more that come out, it's just like search engines. They started coming out. They kept coming out for a long time. When Google started proving how useful it was and how it was better than everything else, how many search engines do you use today? But there's a ton out there. How many do you use? If a new search engine comes out tomorrow, does that take away from the numbers from Google? Maybe DuckDuckGo a little bit when it came out, maybe. But outside, and DuckDuckGo now censoring, so don't support them either. But yeah, there you go. There's the answer to your question.
Bud Lightyear, Q&A. Can you add more crypto to your ledger whenever you want?
Yeah, you have to connect it to Ledger Live. So while you're moving crypto, you do have to have it connected to your computer. That's the only, I guess, vulnerable time when it's connected. But yeah, you can at any time do that.
If Ledger was to go bankrupt, can you use your seed phrase to restore another wallet on another wallet like Trezor?
It doesn't matter if Ledger goes bankrupt. This is not an exchange.
Right.
It does not matter. Your funds are yours. They're not frozen on an account if Ledger goes bankrupt. I understand it's confusing to some of you new people because it is kind of hard to break down the difference between these exchanges and the hot wallets and the cold wallets and all that. But Ledger's a physical device. As long as they have support for Ledger Live, which they'll probably always have, even if they have bankrupt, even if they went bankrupt, which they're not going bankrupt. I think they're actually going to incredibly increase.
They just did a big raise.
Yeah, they're doing $100 million raise. To now continue to add to their valuation.
But even if they were to go out, you can still move your funds. You can move it to a different wallet if you wanted to, or you could still continue to use your Ledger without their support.
I believe that you can extract your private key from there, right? It has a seed phrase, but no. Well, okay, let me say it like this with a Ledger. I'm trying to think. I haven't physically used one in a while. I don't touch any of my own crypto these days. Don't trust anyone with your crypto, anyone. But I trust all my team with mine, so it is what it is. Look, here's the thing. Each crypto that you add to your Ledger is going to have a different private key. So seed phrase unlocks your ability to get into the device, but your Bitcoin address is going to have a private key. Your Ethereum and ERC20 address is going to be separate. Your VeChain address, for instance, you got to use like a third-party thing to kind of add VeChain to it. Ledger, but I just met her. That's funny, Carvercoin. I like that joke. I like I just met her joke at any given point. But each one of those coins that you add are going to have their own private key. And I believe you can extract that private key from Ledger. As long as you have access to your private keys, which, by the way, store them with paper or on titanium. Don't store them anywhere digital. The cloud, someone will be able to hack and get access to that eventually. But the point here I'm trying to say is store your private keys for each of your addresses, and you will always be able to have access to your crypto.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, guys, that is all we got for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. I've been hearing good things about the show. People have enjoyed the show more recently. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they said, your show is really good, but it's way better now. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're not, you know what the big change was? We got rid of the timer. I think that's really helped.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, enjoyed it. Have a great one. Be blessed. I got to unclip. BitBoy out.